Okay, we live. Hey, what's going on, podcast listeners and gamers? Welcome back to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast. This is episode, I believe, 32, and it is January 21st, 2022. Of course, I am your host, Trey Turpin, and you already know I had to come back again, the first podcast of the year with my co-host, Tommy Harless. What's going on, bruh?
What's good? What's good? How are you, Brody?
Hey, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yes,
Just
sir.
happy, happy to go ahead and introduce, this the new video format that we're gonna be doing for the podcast and stuff. It's
Hey,
been
hey,
some.
it's looking good. It's looking
Hey,
good. I
yeah,
like it. I like
I'm
it.
liking it
I
too.
like
I'm
the
liking it.
setup.
Yeah. So, we're trying something new for you guys. Hope you guys like it. It's been something I've been wanting to do since I started the podcast, but of course, I believe in baby steps. You gotta start and then you gotta crawl and then you can walk and stuff like that. So definitely we here. You already know. And definitely what a time, man. Big news dropping. Big news. So like I wasn't even done yet, but when I heard this news, I'm like, yeah, I gotta make a podcast episode. Like hit TA up, was like, hey man, can you do one this weekend or this week? He's like, oh yeah, for sure. So I'm like, yeah, we have to. So I went ahead, so I'm not used to doing video podcasting. So if for any reason like there's hiccups or anything like that, it's a work in progress. We gotta get comfortable. If there's some awkwardness or whatever, just roll with us, just laugh with us, have a good time. Uh, but definitely, like I said, we do have a lot to talk about. The big news we're going to go ahead and talk about is, if you don't know already, or if you haven't read the little underline thing that I put on there, all fancy, like, um, if you don't know already, Xbox is planning to acquire Activision Blizzard. Pretty much for all you casual gamers out there, the people who make Call of Duty, pretty much. So that definitely that definitely shook up the industry. So definitely we're going to talk about that. That's mainly what we're going to be talking about. And then of course, we're also going to talk about PlayStation has like a Game Pass rival called it's like Project Spartacus. So it's their new Game Pass service that they're going to incorporate. That should be getting announced anytime now. They said something. They said springtime. So definitely we're going to talk about that and just tell you what we think about that service. But of course, before we go ahead and do that, it's been about a couple months since we last did a podcast, and you already know that we always, try to catch each other up, let you guys know what we've been up to. So we're definitely going to go ahead and talk about what we've been up to. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to my boy TA. And he's just gonna go ahead and let us know what he's been up to.
Well, first things first, I celebrated a birthday last weekend, so that's always big.
Hey,
Another
cheers to
year
that.
older, another year
Cheers to
older,
that.
another
You know
year
what I'm
wiser.
saying?
Yes, sir. Got the water. Hey, I feel it. I feel it. Got the water. So that's always a good feeling. Blessed to see another year. But what I've been doing really is, just what I've been playing, I should say, is definitely Doom Eternal. That's a franchise I had not played before. So I'm really enjoying Doom Eternal. I'm almost done with it. But it's a really good game. It's really long too. And it's like if you put it on one of the higher difficulties, it's really challenging. I think I have it right below the hardest difficulty. So it's definitely a challenge. It'll irk your nerves, but it's a really good game. I'm enjoying it. That's one game I've been playing. Definitely Halo Infinite still. That's definitely still in the rotation. I beat Forza Horizon 5. Finally.
What?
I beat it. Yeah, man.
What?
I was grinding.
Okay,
I
how
was
was
grinding
that?
that thing. It was a good game, man. I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a Forza.
Yeah.
Definitely like every Forza you play, but it was nice. I mean, it was nice because I didn't play four, so it definitely scratched that itch, that racing itch.
So did you like
Now,
did you just play like the story, the main missions? Or did
yeah,
you
man.
do, yeah, because I feel like there's
I did
too much other
I
stuff.
did the
Like,
barn finds, and then I
yeah.
did the like all the races that I could, and then I did like the oh man, what are they called? The showcases. I did every showcase, and then like every, how they have different like race types. But
Yeah.
once you get enough points or whatever, or max them out or whatever, you
Mhm.
like can unlock the championship for that specific
Okay.
race type. So
Okay.
I did the championship for each race type, and I did all the showcases. I did all the barn fries. So in my book, I beat it because I'm not
Yeah,
doing all
yeah.
the
You
speed
definitely did.
traps. Yeah, I'm not doing all the speed traps and then all the XP boards. I mean, if I was on the way to an event or something, I definitely went and found it. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
going. I wasn't killing myself doing all that. Nah. So in my eyes, I beat the game. I mean, some people may feel like I didn't, but in my eyes, I
Mhm.
beat the game. So I beat that. And I've been just working on Doom and playing Halo. I haven't really played much anything else to my knowledge that I could think of. But
Okay.
definitely been downloading a lot of games thanks to Game Pass. That's for
Game
sure.
Pass, the GOAT.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. So I got games that I can in my catalog that I could play. Um, and I'm looking forward to. Definitely want to give that Rainbow Six Extraction a try. Definitely want to give that a try. And then Hitman. I haven't played any of the Hitman, so I'm excited that they came to Game Pass. So I'm looking forward to playing that, or those, I should say.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I gotta get back into the Hitman. I played it because I
Hmm.
think the first one was like free for like games with gold or something. So I've been
Mm,
playing that a little bit, but I like stopped. But now
yeah,
with
I
all
haven't
three
played
of them
any of
on
them.
there, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think you're gonna like it for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'm gonna like
Mhm.
it too because I know he's definitely he definitely does his thing. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely
Agent
excited to play
47.
those. I'm
Yeah,
definitely
yeah, yeah.
excited. I remember our boy Kerm had it. He played one. I think he might have played the first
Mhm.
one.
Yep.
I think he played the first one,
Yeah,
and I
that's
was like, oh, that was all right.
yeah,
Like
because
it was pretty cool. He did
you
like a
can
mission.
approach it like multiple ways. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. See, I like games like that.
Mhm.
But
Okay,
what
okay.
about you, man? What you been up to?
Oh man, like the past couple months, it's been like holidays, and I celebrated a birthday not too long ago as well. So
Yeah.
we've been
Yes,
having
sir. Yes,
birthdays, spending
sir.
time with family. Another one, another cheers to
Another
that. You
one.
already
Cheers
know.
to that. Cheers to that.
But yeah, man. So it's like I've been trying to game as much as I could. I've been playing that Halo Infinite, of course. You already know we've been
Mhm,
playing that.
mhm.
I actually been getting into Battlefield 2042 as much as people like to, you know,
Bash it. Yeah,
bash
that
it.
junk, man.
I mean,
They
it
trying
kind
to
of
save it,
they
but
trying to. I mean, some of it's warranted. I agree. Like, yeah,
yeah,
they kind of dropped the ball, but I personally think it's like the best one since Battlefield 4. Like, even though it's not perfect, because I really didn't get
nah.
into Battlefield
I
1 or
think
Battlefield 5 like that.
because they were like World War 1 and 2 games, so it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like it was kind of
It was
hard.
fun
Like
at
I mean,
first, but
you see, yeah, it got old, but you see
yeah,
it now with Vanguard. Like, look at Vanguard.
hmm
Nobody likes Vanguard.
yeah.
It's
I do
like
want to play
everybody's tired of
Vanguard's
the World War 2.
campaign,
I
but
heard that was not that good.
what? I just see
What
the
I heard.
footage and I'm like, dang, it kind of look like a movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah,
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 that shit
yeah,
looks
yeah. I can
dope.
see that.
But yeah, you probably right. You probably right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I've been playing that. And then on the PS5, I've been playing Deathloop. I purchased that on Black Friday.
Mm.
So I've been
Oh,
playing
how's that?
that. It's pretty legit. I ain't even gonna front. Like just the
I'm
whole
still holding
aspect.
out for the Game Pass joint.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
still
yeah, yeah. I'm
holding out
trying
for
to
the Game
now. It's
Pass.
like I'm trying to beat it before it come to Game Pass. I'm like, oh shoot, like
So that's one thing you don't have to play.
So I know I'll probably play it again. I'm sure Xbox will probably do something like a year anniversary
Something
edition,
different.
include some new
Hmm.
stuff. Who knows? But
Hmm.
it's definitely fun. And then I've also been playing that. That's all I've really been playing on the Xbox side. I've been playing the Halo and the Battlefield, and then PlayStation. I've been playing Deathloop. So yeah, that's all I've been really getting
Hmm.
into. Like you said, I've been downloading games like crazy, but I just haven't started them because me, like I play one game, I want to finish it before I jump into a different game, you
That's how
know.
I've been too, especially like
Hmm.
with like that's why I beat Forza because I was grinding it, grinding.
Yeah,
I'm like I'm
yeah.
gonna beat this joint before I move on. That's how I'm feeling about Doom Eternal. I'm
Hmm.
like I'm gonna grind, I'm gonna beat it, and then I'm gonna move on. You know, there's so
So
many
yeah,
games.
I need to play Doom Eternal. Everyone
Hey,
says
you'll
that's the
like it.
best Doom. Yeah,
You'll
yeah, yeah.
like
Oh
it. That
yeah.
sounds fun, man. It's
Hmm.
really fun, and that's my first Doom. I hadn't played Doom before up until
Right.
that one. So like I'm really pleased with it. Like I actually really enjoy that game. It's a good game, man. I mean, if you never played a Doom game, it's definitely worth it, I think. and
Yeah.
it's got puzzles, but it's not too many puzzles. You
Yeah,
know what I
that
mean?
and
Like
that's
it's
good. You know what I'm saying? Just keep, but
hmm
you said it's long though, so I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
it could be because the difficulty makes it feel
okay,
long. You know what I mean?
right.
Because
But you
like
chose a hard
you,
one.
I chose the one right below the hardest one.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, you
whatever the
wasn't playing
hardest one is,
around. Yeah.
nah, because I'm like, I want to. If I'm gonna beat it, I want to beat it. Like I always do that though. Like I don't never
Mm-hmm.
go to the hardest one. I always go to the one like right below it because I'm like, all right, I
Mm-hmm.
want to beat it. I want to beat it. I don't want to beat it on like easy. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's not
no, no,
fun.
no, no,
You know,
no.
I want to challenge. Like I want to get frustrated and then like maybe take a break and come back.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
so then I feel like I did something. You know, I achieved something. So that's it,
No,
man.
that
But
makes sense. Now you need to upgrade
hmm
to I ain't gonna lie. I have been playing Hades on
Hades.
Game Pass. It's a roguelike game. Everyone loves it. You're gonna die and die and die and die. But you know, when you get further, you just feel it feels it's so much accomplished, like you
Is
feel
it like a
accomplished.
Doom? Is it like a Doom? No.
Mm, nah, you just have to test it out. It looks like an indie style game, you know, where you go through dungeons, you open up one door, you fight all kinds of enemies, then you go through another door, fight all kinds of enemies, and then you come to a
Oh,
big
so it's
boss
like
that you gotta fight.
Xbox ID. It's like the ID program, something like
No,
that.
not at all. No, it's just a smaller team. I forget
Smaller
who it
team.
is. I want to say Super Giant, maybe. No, I don't want to discredit anybody, but yeah, it's like a just a smaller team. It looks
Okay.
indie-ish. Yeah, you'd have to check it out. It's been like
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it
it
after we
won many
finish this
Game of the
up.
Year awards. Yeah, like
Okay, I'm gonna look into it when we finish this up, definitely, because I know we you was trying to run the game, so
oh yeah,
definitely
yeah, yeah,
just
for sure. Yeah, yeah, check that out.
before check it out before we start playing.
All right. But other than that, man, that's all I've been playing. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a new year, 2022. It's supposed to be the
hmm
biggest gaming year that I've seen, at least on paper. It's supposed to be the biggest year, but
Well, let's hope delays don't play in it. I mean, there's
there's
already been one with
there's
Stalker
already
too,
been one. Yep.
but I mean, let's hope delays don't play a part in that. But I know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Dying
yeah.
Light's coming up, ain't it? Dying
Yeah.
Light
Oh
2?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
get
coming
that
up.
next paycheck.
It's coming up when?
Hmm.
Is it this week? Next week?
February 4th. I think
February
it's
4th.
not
Oh, that's
this
right
week.
before my son's birthday. 2 days before.
Hmm.
That's a good
Yep.
one. Hmm.
So
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna just get that and yeah, man, just rock with it. And I'm like
Hmm.
contemplating on Horizon Forbidden West as well.
When's that coming
Definitely
out? I know it's in February, but
it's like
when?
February
Mid
18th.
February.
Yeah, I'd have to double check. I know it's coming out soon. They coming out like back to back to back. So
Yeah.
definitely, and February is supposed to be stacked. So
I know. Man, January was dry. I feel like
yeah, oh yeah, it
it
was.
wasn't really none.
Now everybody's recovering from the holidays and stuff.
Holidays.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, but other than that, man, you had anything else to share with them before we go ahead and get to what everybody came here to hear about?
No, sir. We can move on.
Yes, sir. Okay, okay. All right. Sheesh. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Put that back. Ah, there we go. All right. Of course, like I said, if you've been hiding under a rock or anything like that, don't you worry, because we about to catch you guys up to speed real quick. All right. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Boom. All right. So definitely Xbox, I believe it was what on Tuesday. Uh, you know, it was the first day right after the holiday, the long weekend everybody had. Um,
Hmm.
they went ahead and dropped huge news saying that they were pretty much acquiring um Activision and Blizzard. And then you know King as well, which is like huge in the mobile space. If you have you heard of a game called Candy Crush? I'm sure you have, because it's like it was crazy a couple years ago, and I believe it's still going strong. But
Yeah, I think it made
uh
like a billion or two last year, maybe more than that.
sh- sheesh. I ain't
Hmm.
even know the numbers, but it's
I've
that
I've been around. I mean,
alone.
that was thanks to Unlocked, or
Hmm.
I think Ryan McCaffrey said that. So don't shout out Ryan McCaffrey for the knowledge.
Yes, sir. Okay, yeah, that's huge then. So yeah, they a billion by itself. They about to Xbox about to make their money back. But of course, before we get into the nitty gritty, I'm gonna go ahead and read this article here. Pretty much, Phil Spencer and Xbox and everybody, they went ahead and shared this link, pretty much describing, what's going on. So definitely, the article that is on Xbox Wire, it says welcoming the incredible teams and legendary franchises of Activision Blizzard to Microsoft Gaming, by Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming. So he says here, uh, as a team, we are on a mission to extend the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. We all know that gaming is the most vibrant and dynamic form of entertainment worldwide, and we've experienced the power of social connection and friendship that gaming makes possible. As we pursue that mission, it is incredibly inciting to announce that Microsoft has agreed to acquire Activision Blizzard. He also says, we are incredibly excited to have the chance to work with the amazing, talented, dedicated people across Activision Publishing, Blizzard Entertainment, Beanox, Demonware, Digital Legends, High Moon Studios, Infinity Ward, King, Major League Gaming, Radical Entertainment, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, Toys for Bob, Treyarch, and every team across Activision Blizzard. Upon close, we will offer as many Activision Blizzard games as we can within Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass, both new titles and games from Activision Blizzard's incredible catalog. We also announced today that Game Pass now has more than 25 million subscribers. As always, we look forward to continuing to add more value and more great games to Game Pass. Like crazy. So they added tons of new studios, and they went ahead and added they went ahead and, like, I believe the last time they gave numbers out to Game Pass was last January, and that was
It
at
was like
18 million.
18 million. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now they've added a total of 7 million since in a year's time. And now they're at 25 plus. So that's crazy to hear. Those are like huge numbers, like 25 million times 10. Like that's times $10. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do the math. But anyways, let me continue. Um, as a company, Microsoft is committed to our journey for inclusion in every aspect of gaming among both employees and players. We deeply value individual studio cultures. We also believe that creative success and autonomy, autonomy, I think I said that right, go hand
Yep.
in hand with treating every person with dignity and respect. We hold all teams and all leaders to this commitment. We're looking forward to extending our culture of proactive inclusion to the great teams across Activision Blizzard. And then those are the gaming leadership team headed by yours truly, Phil Spencer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's definitely the statement they went ahead and posted when the announcement broke. So TA, go ahead and throw it to you. What was your first initial reaction when you seen this news?
I was actually outside getting ready to go to work, and I was on Twitter, and I
Yeah.
saw it. Man, that joint was wild. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What?" And then I instantly just started thinking, like, my initial reaction was like, "Dang, they bought the Call of Duty." I'm like, "Dang." I mean, I know there's more than that, but Call of Duty is the headliner. So I was like, "Dang, they bought Call of Duty." And then like, once they started naming all the other games, I'm like, "Dang, Overwatch, I forgot about that." And I'm like, Diablo. I know Diablo has a good following, and I'm like, World of Warcraft been going strong since we was youngins. So I'm like, and
Mm-hmm.
that John's still going strong. So I'm like, that's good. And then I didn't even realize Candy Crush was owned by Activision. And I'm like, I knew that game was popping, but like I didn't, correlate the two together.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's what's up, man. I mean, it's huge. It's huge for Microsoft. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I was just shocked. Like I'm like, I couldn't believe that they bought them. Like,
Yeah.
straight out, like, oh, we paying here the money. We've gonna, within like a year or two, they gonna be under our umbrella. I
Yeah.
mean,
Which
I
is, it got
know,
everybody shook.
right. And I mean, but I know Activision has been in some trouble, like,
Yep.
a little bit lately. So I'm like, once I didn't even think about that, till like, looking at IGN and, different Twitter and all that stuff, like where people were kind of touching on that. And I'm like, I mean, maybe that's not such a bad thing that, you know, Microsoft purchased them, because
Hmm.
they were somebody was going to buy them anyway,
Right.
whether that be, Google, Sony, Microsoft, Facebook. I mean, who knows? Like, one of them
Facebook
tech
sounds about
companies,
right.
yeah, one of them tech companies was going to get them if it wasn't Microsoft, because, and like they're basic, regardless of who bought them, they're going to have to do the cleanup. I mean, it's not going to get any better, like
Yeah.
there's going to be a cleanup process regardless of who would have bought them. So now it's just in Microsoft's hands, and I think Microsoft is up to the task. Like, I'm starting to hear some leaks out of there, like, their Call of Duty might not be an annual release every year. I'm like, and you could hear from what I see on Twitter, it seems like that's being well received, not only by us as gamers, but like actually some of the people that work for Activision,
They need to
because
do it.
it seems like that's all the leadership was worried about, was everybody working on Call of Duty. Like, no, there was no other game that was as important as Call of Duty. And it's like, man, that's not true. Like, so like, I don't know, just I think it's a dub. I mean, people can have their viewership, like, it's becoming a monopoly, or it's, limited inclusion, or whatever they want to say. Like, I mean, it's a dub. I feel like, I mean, I don't know how everybody else feel, but I think it's a dub.
I think so. I think it's a dub for Xbox, apparently, or it wouldn't have caused this much ruckus online. And then, like you were saying, they even stated in the announcement or the article, about the whole, work conditions and the issues that they've been having and stuff. So they're definitely aware, and they're definitely down with getting to the bottom of it. And like it seems like Xbox is a good company, for inclusion and things like that. Like you could just tell by the way, like Phil Spencer and like even the other people in Microsoft, like
I mean,
Satya Nadella.
I would say if you look at the leadership team, like that
Yeah,
picture, like that just screams inclusion. Like,
yeah, it
I
really
mean?
does.
It
You
really does.
see,
Like, you
you
see a lot of
see
women.
a
Yeah,
lot of
you see a lot
women,
of women.
a lot of
You see,
women.
different ethnic races in there, like sprinkled in there. Like, I mean, it don't
Right.
get much more inclusive than that. Like, I feel like, but
Young and old. Like I've seen
yeah,
that,
like, yeah. So it's like, I mean, that's a dub. I mean, that's that. If that picture doesn't scream inclusive, then I don't know what does. That
So
picture of the leadership team, I should say. So let me be specific.
so let me go ahead and um I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the list of games that they've actually um that if
Acquired.
whenever this does go, because that's the thing I was going to say, they haven't, it's still a process. They're planning to acquire Activision Blizzard, and then if you haven't read the tagline right there, for $68.7 billion. People just rounded up to 70 billion because why not? You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
$70 billion.
$70 billion. Like it's crazy that, but anyways, but just like the Bethesda acquisition, they announced it, but it didn't fall through until later the next year, where it actually
Mhm.
became official and things. So this is exactly like that. It looks like it might be a little bit longer. They said that they have until like I believe June 30th of next year, 2023. That's the latest it could be finalized or something like that. So
Mhm.
of course
I
that
figure it's gonna
everybody,
go that long too.
I think so too.
I,
Like
I think it's gonna go
people,
right
they're
to like
already fighting it.
June 29th. June 29th, 2023. That's when it's gonna be like, all right,
Yep. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and buy them because
go
people are
ahead and
worried
purchase
about
it.
like monopolies. They're worried about like some antitrust issues, which I need to read more into that because I I know everybody knows if any other like Sony or Nintendo would have bought them, they would keep it, exclusive, that's the main thing everybody's worried about. But before we go down that route, I'm gonna just go ahead and list off games that Microsoft will acquire when this deal actually goes through for $70 billion. Okay, so go ahead and pop it up for you guys. All right. So of course, this is an article here on VGC, Video Game Chronicles. And right here it says the list of IPs that could potentially be owned by Xbox following Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard includes Blur, Caesar, Call of Duty, the one everybody's worried about, Candy Crush, the $1 billion maker, Crash Bandicoot, Diablo, DJ Hero, Empire Earth, Gabriel Knight, Geometry Wars, Guitar Hero, Gun, Hearthstone, or Hearthstone, my bad. Heroes of the Storm, Hexen, Interstate 76, King's Quest, Bow Mysteries, The Lost Vikings, Overwatch, Phantasmagoria, Pitfall, Police Quest, Prototype, Quest for Glory, Singularity, Skylanders, Soldier of Fortune, Space Quest, Spyro the Dragon, StarCraft, Tenchu, Time Shift, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, which I beat here recently, the 1 and 2 remake.
Hey.
True Crime, which is a GOAT. It's like one of the best spinoffs
That's
of
the
the GTA.
PlayStation Go. That's the PlayStation Go.
Streets of LA.
That was a classic.
World of Warcraft and Zork. So definitely for all you game heads out there, you know how serious this acquisition is with World of Warcraft, Diablo, Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? And StarCraft alone, like most of them, of course, are because Blizzard caters more towards like the PC gaming audience. They do have Overwatch, which is really huge. Everyone's anticipating the second one. But definitely there's a lot of gems here. And a lot of these games I announced, you don't even know because they haven't came out with any new games because Activision's only been focused on one thing, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. I was just getting ready to
So,
say that. I was like, man, half of these games I haven't seen or heard of in years or at
mm-hmm,
all. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I
yeah,
had forgot about Crash Bandicoot. And then I didn't even know Spyro was Activision. And I'm like,
yeah,
sheesh.
yeah,
And then Guitar
yeah, that
Hero and DJ Hero and True Crime. Oh, I forgot about True Crime. I didn't even know that either. And like I said, that was a staple of the PlayStation too. That was a
really
classic.
was.
It was a classic. It's like,
It really
man,
was like that one, and it was like Streets of LA, and then New
yeah,
York.
that was the
The New
classic.
York one was,
The new
yeah.
I ain't never played New York. I played Streets of LA though, man. That was a
Yeah, Streets of
class.
LA
I
was, and then you
love
could
that.
unlock Snoop Dogg.
Snoop
Yeah, you
Dogg.
already know. I remember
I
that,
remember
man.
that. I
That
remember
was
that.
legit. Yeah, New York was good too. And then
New
you
York had
do
the
know,
New York had the black dude, and then
yeah,
LA had the Chinese dude. But then when
yeah.
you beat it, you get Snoop Dogg.
But do you remember the game? I remember your mom bought it for me, or she got it for me. And shout out to Miss Becky. You know what I'm saying?
Sleeping
But she,
Dogs.
yeah, Sleeping Dogs. That was supposed to be True Crimes like Hong Kong or something. But I guess like Activision didn't want to give out the name, or like it started off with Activision, then they like canceled it, and then I guess it went somewhere else, and they decided to go ahead and spin it up and just rename it pretty much. But it was supposed to be True Crimes Hong Kong. If you didn't know,
Dang,
now you know.
I did
Yeah,
not know that.
and that game was a sleeper hit. Like it was good, but people just slept on it pretty much.
Hmm.
So so hopefully, like they can revive the True Crime. You know what I'm saying, and make it exclusive to Xbox type deal.
I
Make it
hope. I don't know what
because
city they would do, but I'll take it.
right. Yeah, I don't know what they would do either, but I'm sure
Shoot,
someone could think of something.
honestly, for all I care, they could remaster LA and let me play that. Let me relive my childhood.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and bring it. Just go ahead and backward compatible that jump, please, so I can relive my childhood.
Okay. So all right, so other news, still we're on this topic, man. So we're also, when this news broke out, you already know the Sony fans were like worried. Like everyone's like, what are we not gonna
I think
have Call
worried
of
is an
Duty?
understatement.
Yeah,
Worried is
definitely.
an
Like
understatement.
they panicking, like panicking, sweating, everything. And you already know, like Sony, it's so bad. Not only were the fans saying it, Sony went ahead and actually decided to go ahead and comment and say something following the announcement. I think it was like a day later or whatever. But on the article on The Verge, it says Sony expects Microsoft to continue to ensure Activision games stay multi-platform. So let's see here. So in the article, it says Sony has responded to Microsoft's blockbuster proposal to buy Activision Blizzard with a comment on what that might mean for the future games like Call of Duty on PlayStation consoles. Quote, we expect that Microsoft will abide by contractual agreements and continue to ensure Activision games are multi-platform, end quote. A spokesperson tells the Wall Street Journal. It's not surprising that Sony would expect Microsoft to honor any existing contractual agreements regarding PlayStation games, as it did when PlayStation 5 console exclusive Deathloop was released after Microsoft acquisitions of publisher Bethesda Softworks. Once existing agreements expires, it opens the door for Microsoft to pursue Xbox exclusivity for the many franchises it's acquiring. So yeah, definitely. It seems like, of course, like the article just mentioned, Bethesda, when they acquired Bethesda, they said they were going to honor like contractual agreements because Sony actually had a couple, they paid for exclusives from Bethesda to be on the PlayStation console. But since now they're owned by Microsoft, they didn't want to, break those contracts. So they went ahead and honored it. That's why Deathloop came out on PlayStation first, and then it's only a year exclusive. So it'll hit Game Pass and Xbox platforms exactly 1 year later. So, and there's another game called Ghostwire Tokyo. And then, of course, it seems like everybody knows that Call of Duty is the home of PlayStation right now. So we do know Xbox previously was the home for Call of Duty, at least majority of the 360 days, and then like a couple years in the Xbox One days. But then, like in 2015, it was a wrap. I think Black Ops 3 was the first one they announced that that PlayStation would be the home of Call of Duty moving forward, and they would get like the 33 early access of the DLCs and things like that, and all the perks and everything. So, TA, what do you think of these comments by PlayStation?
I feel like they should come across a little nicer. Like it feels like they demanding. Like it's like, oh, whoa, 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 big, oh, whoa, you making demands. Like, hold on now. Like you gotta. I need you to talk to me nicely. Like say
Hmm.
please or thank you or yes sir, no sir, something. I need you to talk to me nicely. Like they sound like they demanding. Like y'all gonna honor these agreements or we gonna say y'all making a monopoly. Like, it's like no, 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 no. Whoa, 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 whoa. You gotta remember who you talking to. And of course for you younger folks and who not in the culture, that's how you know you was raised by a black family. Like you gotta remember who you talking to. Like watch who you talking to. You know what I mean? You can't just talk any kind of way to some of these people. But I mean, you know, I understand where they coming from because it's like I would want somebody to honor their contract too, which Microsoft did with Bethesda. I mean, it's not like their track record isn't proving that they will because look at the Bethesda deal. Like you just brought up Deathloop, Ghostwire
Mm.
Tokyo's coming out, so it's like, you know, I
So,
mean, it's
but
not
with
like they're
that
not
being
gonna honor. They haven't honored those agreements already. It's just with the Call of Duty, what is the agreement? Like that they get stuff first, or do we know what the agreement is?
that's where it's vague, and that's where we really don't know. But everyone just thinks it's funny that Sony, because when Bethesda happened, Sony didn't make this type of comment or
Exactly.
anything
That's
like
not
that. You know what I'm
because
saying?
they bought them for $7 billion. So it's just like, I mean, it's a lot, but it's like it's just Bethesda. Like
Yeah.
it's like, nobody there was I didn't hear any kicking, no screaming. It was just like, oh, it's Bethesda. Like it's like I like those games, but it's okay. Like I guess it's not that bad. But when it came to Activision Blizzard, and it was like, oh, it's Call of Duty. Oh, hold on, we got a problem. Call of Duty, no, we need that. Like, it's like, oh, where was all this energy with the Bethesda deal? Now, I think there would have been some kicking and screaming if they would have been like, all right, we ain't gonna honor these agreements. We gonna Deathloop gonna come out on Xbox and Ghostwire Tokyo come. Then maybe you would have heard some. But when Microsoft was like, all right, we'll still let y'all have y'all's little exclusives over
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
it was all good. That's all they wanted. They ain't want nothing else. They ain't asked for nothing else. They just like, all right, y'all can have it. There was no kicking, no crying, no screaming, no nothing. But this, all I'm hearing a lot of whining. I'm hearing a lot of complaining. I'm not hearing no, oh, you know what? Good job. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't
Nope.
hearing that. I ain't
Nope.
heard none of that. I've heard a lot of
Nope.
whining and complaining and crying.
Nope.
So, I mean, if they're gonna be mad at somebody, be mad at Sony. Because Sony could have bought him. I bet Sony could have bought him. Maybe. But actually, no, I come clean. I think Sony's main capital is like 50 some million, 50
Or a
some billion
billion.
dollars. Billion, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, yeah, $1 billion. So like I don't think they would have had enough money to buy them. You know,
Probably not. At
Mike,
least not
Microsoft got that debt because they
a,
got that
a trillion
they
dollar
got
company.
they got that bankroll.
Yeah, they do. And what just makes it's crazy because when Microsoft purchased Minecraft, I remember Phil Spencer or someone, they mentioned that like when they bought Minecraft, Sony like
Mm-hmm.
called them up and was like, "Yo, are you going to remove this game from our platform?" Like they was worried about it because Minecraft is making bank, on whatever platform that it's
It
on.
still is.
So
Still.
that's why that was another reason why Xbox was like, yeah, we're just going to manage it, but we're going to leave it. It's making money for us on every console. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're going to honor that and just leave it on all the platforms. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like Call of Duty is a big money maker for PlayStation. I remember reading where they were saying like 13 million copies a year goes to the PlayStation
It's number
platform.
one. It's
You know what
number
I'm saying?
one
Yep.
every year. Number one. And then the previous years is like in the top 20 every
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
Still. It's
Yep.
like damn.
Yep. It's
Like
still in there.
that's what still up there. Like I mean, you gotta think you got the newest one and the old one in the top like 20 of PlayStation games for the year. So I
Hmm.
mean
Yeah.
so I
So,
mean I understand the worry. Like that's like, man, if it's not coming out every year on PlayStation, that's killing our capital. You know what I mean? That's taking like at least
no,
two of the top
no,
20 games on our thing out.
that's not doing it justice because I was speaking with Duda, speaking with Shane. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, he was like, my boy's gonna be mad. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, he just bought a PlayStation 5 and all he does is just play Call of Duty. Like that's all he's gonna do on there is play Call of Duty. So if
Man.
Call of Duty did become and I know a lot of people are like that. There are a lot of casuals, even with Xbox, people just buy a console, whatever they can get their hands on, just to play one game. And Call of Duty
Hmm.
is one of those games that's all people play when they buy a console. So
I
it's
don't
like
know
all
how,
the
but I understand.
yeah, me neither. It's like so that they're buying PlayStations to play Call of Duty, and I think PlayStation even knows like they already know they probably see that Fortnite and Call of Duty are the top games played on PlayStation all year long. Put money on it, that's what it is. So like those people
You
that
don't
are
think
just buying
Apex is in there?
I mean,
Apex might be
I'm
in.
sure it's probably in the top
It's probably
10,
top
right?
five. Top
Yeah,
five.
top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, online multiplayer, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I know Final Fantasy 14, they're probably playing at Genshin Impact. Yes, maybe top 5. I'll give it top 5.
Hmm.
But yeah, like so this is definitely a huge blow to the PlayStation community. Like there's a lot of like I even talk with my PlayStation boys at work and they're just like, yo, they don't know.
Hurt,
They're like,
huh?
yeah, I
They
mean
crushed.
they don't really know what to say. You know what I'm saying? They're just surprised that Xbox is making these jugs, first of all, But then
Good.
second of all, they just like they play more than just Call of Duty, but you already know they like, yeah, they were like, I was like, yeah, if anything, Call of Duty had come on Game Pass day one, so you don't have to, because they all got burnt out on Vanguard. Like they bought it and they regret it. So
I'm
like
glad I ain't buy it.
why not pay 15 10 $15 a month, to play the game? If you like it, continue with the subscription. And then not only that, not only are you paying for Call of Duty, you got 200 plus other games to your disposal. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, but with that being said, I'm also, Sony went ahead and, said their little remarks, which I believe like not too long after that, Phil Spencer went to Twitter and he went ahead and had some words to share as well. Let me see. Okay, I thought I could make it bigger for you guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and read the tweet that Phil Spencer had. It says, had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship. So take this how you will. I took it as, PlayStation or Call of Duty will continue to be on PlayStation. And I think I tweeted something along the lines of, all
Ooh.
Xbox really needs to do is just have it day one. It could be on every, Call of Duty can stay on every platform, but if it's day one on Xbox Game Pass or PC Game Pass, I mean, that's all they really need to win to sway people over there. But there's a lot of people who are thinking like this is also vague. Like, do they mean, it's their desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, like the games that are already currently on there, or future Call of Duty
I
games? What do
think
you?
I think it's saying y'all can have Warzone, but we gonna have Call of we get the whole bag. Y'all
Yep,
just gonna have Warzone. Cause like
yep,
if you remember, he did something similar to that with the Bethesda acquisition,
yep,
and then what was Starfield as an exclusive? Because everybody thought,
yep,
oh, we might still get Starfield. Nope. Redfall. Nope. And them two just off the rip. Like I'm
yep.
like, I mean, he did something similar, so it's like you gotta take it with a grain of salt. I'm telling you, I think he's saying, here's Warzone, y'all can keep that, because it's free to play. We ain't discouraging nobody from playing that. But as far as if you want to play Call of Duty, I'm talking about campaign, multiplayer, zombies, spec ops,
Zombies, man.
whatever's in that year's Call of Duty. If you want to play the game, not just Warzone, the actual game, come on over to Xbox. We got you. You know,
So you're telling me there's no way in heck that they're going to go ahead and
it,
allow Call of Duty to continue, like the main titles continue on
I was
PlayStation?
gonna say, but they are gonna let it continue because we giving you Warzone. They said they was gonna
Yeah,
let existing communities live on.
yep,
So Warzone is an existing community and it's free to play. We're gonna let that live on in Sony.
yep.
We're gonna let Sony live have that because that's a whole big thing. It's battle royale. Everybody loves it. I stopped
So
playing it, but that's just my opinion. But
yeah, so I
yeah,
got a quick question. So with that being said, I was watching, the mini podcast that I watched throughout the week, and someone mentioned like, there's unlocks and rewards and stuff from playing the main game for Warzone. So like if Warzone is still on PlayStation, but Xbox is still, giving out rewards and like new weapons, skins, whatever have you. I don't know what they give you by playing the campaign, or I think you unlock operators or whatever for completing the campaign. Like, I mean, do you think that's still good, or do you think they'll just remove that type of rewards out? Or as long, like I said, if it's a
I feel like
skin,
that's a cosmetic. That's a
yeah, okay,
cosmetic. So
cosmetic,
I
okay.
don't see
So,
why
but what
they
about
wouldn't give
weapons?
them that.
Do you unlock weapons? Do you know?
Well, in Warzone, when they integrate it in, like okay, like
Hmm.
you, so like for Vanguard this year, right? They had they updated the map to
Yep.
the new map. And
Yep.
then when they did that, they also brought in the guns. So it's not like, that's why I said I feel like Phil is saying, "Hey, Sony, you can still have Warzone because in Warzone you still get the cosmetics, like all the
Yep.
stuff in the shop. You'll still get that. You would still get like the players, like the operators. You would still get that. You would still get to access to the guns. It's just you couldn't use multiplayer to rank them up. You would have to do it in like Plunder or in actual Warzone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's why I said you still have access to all the same stuff as somebody on Xbox would. It's just you don't have the option of like zombies or multiplayer to rank those guns up. You know what I mean? So if you start feeling fatigued, like it's like, oh, okay, I'm tired of playing it on multiplayer. Let me go over to zombies and play it. Oh, I'm tired of playing it on zombies. Let me go to Warzone and play it. Like, see, on Xbox you have options. Sony, I feel like they're just limited to here's Warzone. That's what y'all gonna have because it's an existing community. It's free. You would still get all the content updates. Like you would still get the battle pass. You can still get the battle pass because I'm sure that's going to continue to live on for as long as Call of Duty wants it to.
Yeah,
And
for
then,
sure.
you know what I mean? And then the other things I just named, operators, weapon skins, because all that's gonna be in the shop. And then, what was the last thing? Weapons. Like the weapons from the yearly release of Call of Duty. Because when they integrated into Warzone, there you go.
But you don't unlock any weapons by playing the main story though.
No.
Or the main game. Okay.
No, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no,
That's what they were
no, no,
kind
no, no,
of
no.
as long as it then I
Not to my knowledge.
yeah, 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 okay.
Not when I played
Black
when
Ops
I
Cold
played
War.
Black Ops Cold War, right. I didn't play the campaign, but
Hmm.
when I played the multiplayer, all you did was like when you went up a level, you know what I mean, you got like a new weapon, depending on what level it
Yeah.
was. Now
But
there
then
was some there,
you can unlock like you were like grinding out the guns to make them like better, get all the attachments and everything like
yeah,
that. So that's
yeah.
kind of
Well, there were some that was already unlocked, but it was like some
yeah.
of them you had to reach like level 34 and you got this gun. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm sure they could still do that in Warzone, like
Yeah, they
reach level
can, but
34.
it'll be slower because you can only
Oh yeah, I didn't
yeah,
say
yeah.
it was gonna be easy.
Yeah.
I just said it can still happen.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like that's riding a very thin line. Like, like, oh, Xbox players, they, leveling up the guns
But
way quicker than me. And,
but
you know,
guess what? Xbox wants you to come into the ecosystem. So
yep,
it's like that's if you want to stay on. Because guess what? Xbox Series S is still the best thing going. I don't care what nobody say. Only thing
yep.
on that thing is the memory. The memory is trash. 512 gigabytes ain't gonna hold you nothing. And
It's
Call of
not even
Duty has
usable.
exactly. Call of Duty's so freaking huge. Like their files so large. Like you put one Call of Duty on there, it's done.
Yeah.
So you better really love it. Like, but that's what I'm saying. It's still the best thing going.
Mhm.
They're not asking you to buy a Series X. I mean, you can if you want to, but like they're not asking you to buy a Series X. All you need is a Series S.
And they're not even asking you to buy that. You play on your
Exactly.
PC,
Play on
play
your
on your mobile
PC.
device. You know what I'm saying? We got
Exactly.
all the options, and you just can't play on
Exactly.
a Nintendo or
A
PlayStation.
PlayStation. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Yeah. Oh
See,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm with you. I just wanted you to explain it to the audience, the viewers and stuff like that.
There you
Okay.
go.
But other than that, that was pretty much everything that I wanted to cover and break it down. I'm sure we'll bring this back up eventually, you know what I'm saying? Like cuz the
Some more info will get come out.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right
We'll
now it's
come
just a
with other
headline.
ideas. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and if you didn't have anything, TA, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right. So this kind of pertains to what um what Microsoft pretty much has been doing the past few years and one of the main reasons to why they went ahead and acquired Bethesda and acquired Activision Blizzard is to bolster their Game Pass service. Like we were just talking about, they went ahead and announced the numbers that they are now 25 million plus subscribers that are on Xbox Game Pass right now. Like I was saying, I'm about to do to bring it up right now. Calculator, how much money they gonna be making. So what? 25 milli, 25. Two. How many zeros is that?
6 zeros, so 25 million times
There we
10,
go. Woo.
because
So
it's ten
times
dollars.
10. Times $10 bare minimum. I know most people got the $15 joint.
Yeah, but we just gonna go bare
True.
minimum.
I mean, that was easy math. I don't know why I needed the calculator. That's $250 million a month. Times that by 12. Sheesh, that's $3 billion a year.
$3 billion a year.
And I don't even want
That
to. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna just go ahead and do 25 million times 15, just for
that's
fun.
gotta that's gotta be at least almost 5 million. Five
That's
billion, I should say.
375 million a month. Let's see how much a year. That's $4.5 billion a year.
It was almost five. I was like, I know it's close to 5 billion.
Man, I can't believe it. So, as you see right here, Xbox Game Pass is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Xbox is pushing Xbox Game Pass. They're bolstering the catalog, the service, uh, everything that you get with the service. And go ahead and remove that. Like, it's just insane, on like just how much, like, at first people were skeptical when it came out, but then once they said, yeah, you can play these games, you're not streaming them. You download them straight to your console and you play them. Oh, our first party games come out day and date on there. You know what I'm saying? Then they started adding third party day and date games on there. You already know where I'm getting to. So let me go ahead and bring it up. So with that being said, Xbox Game Pass is so huge. Everyone is like, when is PlayStation going to have one? Oh, they do have one. We have PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now ain't doing numbers like this. I don't even know what the numbers were last. They don't even say their numbers. I think the last number was 5 million, if that. You
That's
know
how
what
you
I'm
know it's
saying?
irrelevant.
Yeah, they're not worried about it, and it's not up to par. Yes, they do have way more games in their catalog, but they're mainly older games. And the big caveat is you can only stream those games. You can't play them natively off the console. So, and that's a no-go for a lot of people. So we do know back in 2019, I remember reading articles about Microsoft and Sony, they're partnering with the cloud services and things like that. A lot of people was like, yep, they're going to come to an agreement to, I guess, use Microsoft's Azure cloud service to do something with their pretty much PlayStation Now service, their equivalent to Game Pass service. But that was in 2019. Didn't hear nothing in 2020, 2021. Didn't hear peep. Now, I think it was like late 2021 in December. That's when rumors and things started coming out that they're going to finally announce a new subscription service to compete with Game Pass. Right now, it's code name Spartacus. And I got an article right here. We can go ahead and review. But let me see. Yeah, I highlighted some stuff good. All right. So another article on The Verge. I'm going to go ahead and just run this down before, we share what we think. It says the article on The Verge, the headline is Sony Spartacus could be PlayStation's answer to Xbox Game Pass. All right. So the article says that Sony is planning to create an Xbox Game Pass-like subscription service, according to Bloomberg. The company already offers two subscription services, PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus. Sony will likely keep the PlayStation Plus brand, reporter Jason Schreier said on Twitter, but phase out PlayStation Now. This new service, which is codenamed Spartacus, would have three tiers. One, and the three tiers would be, like there's the $10 tier and there's the $15 tier. So regular Game Pass for Xbox, and then they have Game Pass Ultimate. So PlayStation is going to have three tiers. And it says one would offer current PlayStation Plus perks, which we all know that's like, PlayStation Plus games, every month. The ability to play online games and such like that. And then I think right now, didn't they add a new one where it's like the PlayStation Plus collection, where they have a select of PlayStation games that you can play, which is kind of like a mini Game Pass in its own, but that's another topic. So that's one tier. Another would include a catalog of PlayStation 4 and eventually PlayStation 5 games. And a third tier would have extended game demos, game streaming, and a library of classic PS1, 2, 3, and PSP games, Bloomberg reports, adding that it's likely to be available on PlayStation 4 as well as the PlayStation 5. The company would launch the service in the spring. Bloomberg adds that some details of the service, including its membership tiers, may not yet be finalized. And then lastly, it talks about, however, it's unclear if Spartacus would run on Microsoft Azure following the deal signed between Microsoft and Sony in 2019. If it does, it would mean that Sony's service would run on the same platform as its competitors. So, like I was just mentioning, maybe this is part of that whole partnership that they did back in 2019, just pretty much using their services. They see that Game Pass is doing tremendously well on that service, and PlayStation, they don't have the best service to do it on, so they're partnering with Microsoft. Just like Microsoft is partnering with PlayStation to use Blu-ray, because Sony owns Blu-ray. I know that's smaller than its cloud service, but anyways, TA, you know. So what do you think of PlayStation adding this subscription service with the 3 tiers and everything? And do you think this is something that the PlayStation brand needs?
To answer your first question about the tiers, I'm not a big fan. I mean, I'm glad they said it's not finalized yet, so then I can
Mhm.
kind of hold off on my skepticism a little bit. But I'm not a big fan. Like I'm more of like, either give me one that's just basic, or give me option two, which gives me everything. Kind of like what Game Pass does. It's like we got option one where if you just want the bare minimum, cool. But for five
Mhm.
extra dollars, you get all this other, like all these other little perks too. There's no three tiers. Like that's too much. Like, what I mean? Just be simple. Keep it simple. Like sometimes simple is easy. Simple is easy, man. Like sometimes that's just what people want. They don't want all that complex. Like, okay, so if I get tier one, I get this. But if I get tier two, I get this, this, and this. And then if I get tier three, I get this, and it. Like it's hard. It's too much to keep up with. Like, I feel like, me personally. Like, I mean, maybe for some people they it's nice, like, oh, okay, well, I know if I get tier one, I get it. Like, it's like, nah, bro. Just give me two options. Like, okay, option one, I get this. Option two, I get all that plus this. So, you know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of the tiers. And what was the second question?
Do you think PlayStation needs a service to rival Game Pass?
Um, do I think they need one? Mm, I could say at the rate it's going, they do. Because what they have currently with PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. What they have going with those two, it's not working. So that's where I feel like you need something, because these two established things that you have, setups that you have currently, isn't really working for you. At least to me, it don't seem like it's working, because like you said, what was it, PlayStation Now, or was it PlayStation
Uh,
Plus?
it's
Only has like
right.
5 million.
Oh, PlayStation Now.
PlayStation Now only has 5 million, and I
Yeah.
know they selling more consoles than 5 million.
Let me
They
see.
done
Yeah,
sold way
they.
more consoles than 5 million. I
Oh
know that
yeah.
for a fact. So it's like, it's obvious that that subscription service is not working. So it's like, go ahead and scrap that. So like, that's where I say I feel like they could use one, because it's obvious whatever they're doing currently isn't working with those subscription services. So like, they need something that's fresh, that's a new take, that's whatever that's not currently what they're doing, something fresh, so that's why I say I feel like they need one, because their current model isn't working. And plus, like you said, day and date releases. Can you, real quick, can you imagine for Horizon, if they already had like Spartacus out? Can you imagine if Horizon Forbidden West released day and date on PlayStation? How much of a that would be, like of a how much of a news story that would be.
Game changer.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Game.
saying.
They're
And
not
and
ready for
and
that.
and that's just that game. Forget that game for a second. Let's talk about God of War Ragnarok. Can you imagine that game releasing day and day on Spartacus? Man, you just said game changer. That's
Man,
just like
I'm not even
that's
signed up for PlayStation Plus. And
no, but I'm saying
I would sign up for
you
that
would go
service
ahead,
right
right?
now. Yes,
You be
I
on this
would.
joint like typing right now. Like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and log in and sign up. Like right now
Yeah,
while we doing this.
I'm
That's what I'm
putting in my
saying.
credit card information in right now.
Let's
Go
get set
ahead and
up.
purchase it. Like,
But see, that's what I'm saying. See, they don't have something like that. Something to entice you that makes you want to invest in their ecosystem.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Game Pass, it makes you want to invest because it's like you said, I don't have to stream it. I can download it to my console. I get all these games. So even if I just see one game, like okay, for Forza Horizon 5 or even Halo Infinite, like I see that game, I want to play that game. So let me go ahead and invest the $10, like just as a skeptic.
Yep,
Well, now
yep.
it was $1, right? Ain't it $1
Yeah,
for
yeah,
like your
yeah, yeah.
first
You
month?
can need a
Yeah. So
dollar. I
all
see
you
a
need is a
dollar for
dollar.
3 months. I be seeing all kinds
Yeah,
of stuff.
I saw that. So like, okay, we'll just say, okay, you're skeptic. You're not really, you don't really know what to expect with this. So you just invest that dollar for a month, just to try it out.
Hmm.
Boom. You not only do you get Halo Infinite if that's the game you were really wanting to play, even though the multiplayer is free, but maybe you want to play the campaign, get that for a dollar. You basically get to play that for a dollar, and then you
Hmm.
get 200 plus other games, like you just said. That's a steal for a dollar.
Man, it's a
And
steal,
and game
man.
and games is charging like anywhere between 40 and $70 a pop. That's a dub.
Even for $15, it's a steal. I'm waiting for the
Yeah.
price
Oh yeah.
increase.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just using the as a brand new subscriber, you got to pay a dollar, and the
Hmm.
one game you want, you get that plus like 199 more for a
Yep.
dollar.
Hmm.
When if you buy these games flat out individually, they charge anywhere between $40 to 70, depending on the
Hmm.
game, if it's a remaster or not. Like, man, that's a steal. Like, m- PlayStation got to do something. I mean, I'm not saying they got to release their games day and date like
Which they're
Microsoft
not going to
does.
do.
They're not
The
gonna
whole
do.
industry agrees they're not going to do unless
They're not
they
gonna
down
do.
bad.
They're not gonna do it. But I feel like they need to have something like that. And it's
Yeah,
like, forget the tiers. Like, you either have one tier or you have one and two.
a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah, don't overcomplicate it, man. Like just have one.
Hmm.
Like I don't know anyone that's like any subscription service that has more than two tiers. Like Disney Plus has two tiers. You get either the
Yeah.
basic or then you get the one with the Hulu, the Disney Plus, and the ESPN Plus. You look at Hulu, you get the basic one or you get the one with no commercials.
Yeah.
You look at
I
Game
mean,
Pass. Like it's like what one? Give me a subscription service that has more than two
I
tiers
think I want to say
at this point.
Netflix they
Netflix has
do, but
three.
they have like the standard one, the standard family, and then they have like the big one that everybody's paying for. That's way too much money, but we're all addicted, which is what Game Pass is going to do. We're going to be comfortable and addicted, and they're gonna be like, yeah, $50 a month for Game Pass. I'm like, oh my god, we can't live without it, but I need it. You know
I
what I'm
did
saying?
it, but no, that's what I was like. Okay, okay, so they got three, but it's like
Yeah. I mean, I
90%.
feel like no more than three. But it's the fact that they're like complicating it on
It's overcomplicated.
you
That's
start to tread
simplified.
the territory of like how much are each of them going to be. When you have two, it's like both of those aren't going to like one like luckily it's like for Game Pass it's $10 for one, 15 for the other. Like with this one, it's like what is it going to be 10, 15, 20 or you know what I'm
Is it
saying? Like
10, 20, 30?
like
Like
yeah,
what we getting?
yeah,
That's
exactly. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. You overcomplicating things. Like if you just
Mhm.
give me, I mean, even if they did come out with a third tier, don't put it in there. Like give it say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we right now we have 1 tier and then 2 tiers. Now if they come out with a 3rd tier, hey, we didn't know about it. So they be like, oh,
Especially,
okay, well they
let
came
me
out
see
with
what
3rd tier. That's cool.
the third tier was saying.
You get like PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, PSP. I'm like,
Extended game. Yeah, they shouldn't.
I feel like you could simplify that into
Well,
selection 2, or selection 2 can be put into
I mean,
selection
see
3.
what they're
Cause
because
selection 3,
Xbox has 3 tiers technically, because this is pretty much just saying like one tier would just be regular PlayStation Plus. Like I don't even know why they're calling that a tier, because that's a separate thing. It's just
that
like
should
you
be
just
the
get
base.
PlayStation Plus.
That should be
Yeah,
like the base plan.
that's buying Xbox Gold pretty much. But
Exactly.
then, but Microsoft is like on the standard Game Pass, you get no. That's when the $15 one comes. You get Game Pass and you get Gold for the $15. Like,
Hmm.
or if you want to buy the $10 Game Pass and then buy Gold by itself, you could. But their system is set up to the point where like they're gonna
There's
convert you to
no
Ultimate
point.
anyway.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Yeah.
there's no point in doing that. So you might as well just buy Ultimate.
So, but yeah, like I was saying, and like it was saying, it does say, it's not finalized yet or anything like that. But you
Oh,
aren't the only
that's
one that said like that's just doing way too much. Just have PlayStation Plus and then just have your Spartacus or whatever they're going to name it. That's it. Like, that's all you need.
mm,
Don't overcomplicate it or anything like that. We definitely know they're not going to do day one. Like, they're not even putting their games on PC day one yet. So why would they, you know what I'm saying?
which is
Like,
crazy, right?
it
It's
is
crazy.
crazy. It is crazy. You know,
Like
Like
PC
I feel
does it
like
in there everything.
that's helping your. I'm pretty sure. Watch, they're going to see how much um, MLB the Show is going to be making this year
I
and
mean,
then
but
next year.
look at the hype that they put out God of War on PC not too long ago. I think it was like
Hmm.
earlier this month. Like
Hmm.
they put that jump booming. Like it was like a resurgence because like all the
But
people who have a PC, they
but
didn't play it.
PlayStation wants to sell PlayStations. You know what I'm saying? Which is they're the I don't know what it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Xbox is moving away from that.
but when you got a chip shortage and you making PS4s now,
Yep.
do you really
Yep.
you must really want to sell
That
PlayStations that bad,
that's
huh?
that's why it's going to speed up. Like, games are going to come out on PlayStation or on PlayStation and PC sooner than first of all, it was inevitable to be real. It was just like with Xbox. It was inevitable. Second of all, like with the chip shortage and stuff, and nobody wants to buy no PlayStation 4 just to play one game, and then you guys are gonna be like, okay, PlayStation 5s are back in stock. We're gonna stop supporting PlayStation 4. Why would I spend $200-300 on? No. No.
That's why I ain't worried about it. Cause you guess what? I got a PlayStation 4 right over there, and I can look right at it.
Yep. See,
There
and
you go. There you go.
they're
Boom.
just, I don't know. Like I said, like
Now,
I
when they
do.
stop supporting, when they do what Microsoft did and was like, look, we discontinued the Xbox One. When they do that with the PS4, then maybe I'll start looking to invest in the PS5. But until the
Yeah.
time, what's the point? Y'all mass producing the PS4. I'm good.
Yep. Yeah. It's definitely a mess. But your overall opinions on the whole Spartacus thing, is it a yay or nay? Do you think it's a good thing? They just got to work some things out, or they just need to continue doing what they're doing?
I think it's a yay. They need to go ahead and plunge in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause
I
look at how
definitely
much,
agree.
like, you just did the math. Look how much money they could make. Almost $5
Billions.
billion.
Billions. Oh yeah, people would do, man. And like you were saying with the whole, if they did day and date, man, if they did a month later, man,
It's a come up.
that I'd do it. But
I
people
know one
were
thing. They need to go
one
ahead.
final
They
thing
need to
I'm
go
gonna
ahead and give
say.
us a cut. I need to go ahead and get my cut if they make this
Man, I
jump.
need my cut on a lot of things. But
I'm giving out some ideas. I'm dropping
look,
jewels.
hey, we about to get paid up in here. But
Shit, I need it.
one final thing I'm gonna say is that I do think it is a good thing that whatever service they're coming out with or whatever, it's not exactly like Game Pass. I know people were saying that because they were like, you don't want it to be exactly like Game
A
Pass.
copy, like a
Yeah, like
carbon
a
copy.
like a
Yeah,
carbon
you don't
copy,
want that.
do like you gotta differentiate some form, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I mean, I guess including all of these PS1, 2, 3, and PlayStation P or PlayStation
I
Portable
guess I
games.
guess the tiers is a start then.
Yeah,
I mean, because
that's definitely a start.
Xbox kind of has options. Like it's like option one or option two. Like they don't really have
Hmm.
tiers. There's not a tier
Hmm.
system. It's just like you get option one or option two, and like you said, they kind of push it towards option two
Yep.
because you need Xbox Live. So why not pay the extra $5 and go ahead and get the whole bundle instead of like I gotta pay $10 for Game Pass and then another $10 for like a month of Xbox Live when I could pay 15 and get the whole shebang.
Yes, sir. But that's all I had to say on the matter. Was there anything else you wanted to go ahead and tell the people?
No sir, that's it, man.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to wrapping up the show here. All right, go ahead. All right. So definitely, man, that is the end of the show. I want to go ahead and just thank everyone for tuning in, listening, checking us out. Like I said, we finally doing video now, so check us out on YouTube. And we're also going to continue doing audio format as well. We'll still be on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, and all the other audio podcast websites as well. So definitely, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It should be called Gamers Anonymous Podcast. So go ahead and search that up. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and follow your boy on Twitter. My name is it's not showing up right now. I've noticed when I use a banner. See, there it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and just read it off to you guys. Definitely go ahead and follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram. It's at Donny Triss, DONNYTR, the number 3S. Go ahead and follow your boy. What about you, TA? Where do you want the listeners to follow you and to be nosy?
I don't want to be nosy at all. But if you must follow me, follow me on Twitter at TomasFK15. So that's capital T, lowercase O, lowercase M, lowercase A, lowercase S, capital F, capital K, and the number 15. Follow me on there. Like right here. Like
Yes,
what's
sir.
right there in that
Yes,
banner.
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, so definitely go ahead and follow us, man. Man, we just love talking about video games, pop culture in general, sports, music, everything. So definitely go
Yes,
ahead and
sir.
follow us, and don't forget to follow the podcast on whatever streaming service you're using, and especially follow the channel on YouTube. Once again, it is Gamers Anonymous Podcast. Let me go ahead and bring it up actually for you guys so you can see. Oh man, I do not have YouTube bookmarked, which is crazy. But
As
yeah,
much as we
so
watch that junk.
yeah, I know I would have it bookmarked, but apparently I don't. Um, your channel. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right. So yeah, here it is for you guys. Yeah. There it is, called Gamers Anonymous Podcast. It's a brand new, no subscribers. So hey, go ahead and race to be the first subscriber. If it's not TA or myself, you know what I'm saying? Just to
All right.
follow. But definitely go ahead and, like I said, follow and subscribe to the channel. Definitely, I hope you guys enjoyed the topic. Like I said, it was huge news that happened this week with Xbox acquiring Activision Blizzard. And then, of course, PlayStation trying to come up with their own competitor to Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass. But with that being said, man, definitely catch us here again next week. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with the podcast and the videos. So definitely check it out. Hit that little bell icon on there so you don't forget. It'll just notify you when a new video does drop. We're also going to go ahead and try to do live video as well. So once we get this thing, we start getting the hang of this and start rocking a little bit, we'll start to do live so we can communicate with the audience and everything like that as we're going through all this news. So, once again, I'm your host, Trey Turpin, co-host Tommie Harless. And I just want to thank you for, checking us out. It's been fun. It's been real. But of course, until next time, never stop gaming. Peace.